Welcome to Actual Scale Modelling. For my next build, I'm building this Airfix Vickers Light tank, scale 1:76. In the box we have the sprues. Now we have 2 sprues in total. They look really nice, moulded and clean. Everything appears to be on the sprue. Yeah, there's a really nice detail in this little tank. We have the instructions. We have the decal sheet. So it looks like there's 3 variants there, A, B and C on the decal sheet. The instructions themselves. Just your one-page instructions like the other ones I've done. It's a fairly simple build. Shouldn't take too long to build. And yes, and here we go. Here's the different variants. I'll just turn this around. We have 3rd Battalion RTR 1938, Royal Dragoon Guards 2nd Infantry Division 1940, and the Lancers 2nd Armour and 1st Armour Division 1940. I'm going to be doing the Royal Dragoon Guards, so I'll go away and prime this and we'll get on with the build. The tracks are already moulded onto this kit, so the base coat is 113 Rust. You're going to need a very fine brush to paint this because there's not a lot of room inside here. For the wheel rims, I'm using Life Colours UA734 Dirty Black Rubber Shades 1. The wheels underneath the overall colour will be 30 dark green. While the tracks are drying, it's time to assemble. Placing the belly of the hull onto the main hull. There's really not a lot of parts to this kit, which is good considering the size of it. The thing is absolutely tiny, but this just marries up with the bottom half, and then it's the side walls which will be used to connect the tracks with. Next to go on are the tank guard brackets, as well as a bracket that goes on at the back of the tank. There's a little lip at the back that holds a canvas sheet, and the bracket goes just on that. The instructions are not 100% clear exactly where it goes, so you may have to study it. And now I'm making up the turret, so you place the bottom half into the main turret. This actually fits inside the shell as such of the main turret. So be careful your cement placement here, and make sure you don't push it in too far. On the top of the turret, the main hatch, and depending on which variant you're doing, I'll dictate which cover you're putting on here or hatch. I'm doing the B variant, so it's actually the middle part, one on the sprue. But there's a small one, and the other 2 look similar, but they're a bit different. So once that's in, it's then time to put in the forward gun. This is quite a small gun, it's not a barrel like a normal tank. And then also going on are the smoke canisters. Again, these are tiny. Now the instructions are not clear again. They actually go on at an angle. After looking at some pictures, I got a clearer idea. So they sort of point down towards the hull of the tank. Now before you put in the tracks, paint the sidewall 30 dark green, or whatever colour you've decided to paint your model in. This will need to be painted really because it'll be difficult to paint once the track is on. Before I put on the track, there's 2 little suspension springs that have to go on, and these just sit inside the wheels. There's a little recess point where they fit into, and once you're happy with it, just simply fit the tracks. There's a little running bar along the plate of the wall there that latches onto the track panel for it to give it some purchase. Onto the side of the tank now. First of all, placing the track guard. That should lie just above the actual track. Again, there's the opposite end of the location bar for the tracks. It just sits up on top of that. And once that's on, then you can place on the exhaust, and there's a little cylinder thing that goes on as well. Not so sure what it is. It looks like some sort of weapon or exhaust, I'm not sure, but it sits next to the exhaust anyway. I put that in first before I actually put the exhaust in, just to make sure I knew it was actually that I had enough room really for the exhaust to fit properly. On the opposite side, there's a container box that fits in. There is a little location points for you to mark out where they go. Now this little cylinder here, the instructions say fit it next to the container box, but what it actually means is that it's an alternative part. It took a little while to figure out, but I saw it in the end via photo. This part here, which is getting painted in 83 ochre, is a sort of like a canvas sheet rolled up. I'm not exactly sure again what it is, but that's what it looks like anyway. So it's now time to paint the overall colour. So it's Umbro 30 dark green once more, and this colour is going all over the tank as well as the turret. And once the paint's dry, I'm taking the canvas sheet thing, and that goes at the back. There's a little compartment where it just drops into before placing the turret on. I'm using Umbro 53 gunmetal here, and I'm painting the gun barrels, the smoke launchers, as well as the top coat for the tracks over the rust colour, also the aerial. So now I'm placing on the decals. It depends on how many, what variant you're doing will dictate how many decals there are, but nonetheless there's not that many decals really. I'm doing them in the normal manner, as in softening them with some water, sliding them on, and placing some decal solution on. I'm going on to Tamiya's Withering Master C and using the gunmetal component here just for the final touch-ups. So I'm going over some of the raised areas around the tank. I will also be using the orange rust component for the exhaust, just highlighting the exhaust really. Well, that brings this build to an end. It's an extremely quick build. I will be displaying it at some point on a diorama which I'll be making up. But in the meantime, why don't you check out the channel, the 176 series, as well as the other content on the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well for future updates. Hit that like button, and of course you can leave a comment. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.